Hey there guys, I'm James and welcome to my video. This rug is a polypropylene rug, so it's just a plastic, relatively cheap rug, grey, distressed look. I generally only clean the polypropylene rugs because they can withstand being outside for long periods of time. They don't tend to rot. Well, they don't rot. They can be left out for many years, and as you know, plastic takes a very long time to deteriorate. It's always best to try and save these types of rugs because one, they're not easily recyclable, and two, if they just get dumped into landfill, they just break down into microplastics and then go into the soils and then potentially go into the water systems. And I know a lot of people say it's not worth trying to clean these rugs, and for the most part it's not. For your average consumer, it's much easier and cheaper for you to just go and buy one of these rugs. But the point is I'm trying to save this from going into landfill, and it will get given to someone who can use it again. So rather than just going out and buying a new rug, one can just be saved. So this is one of my favourite parts, rolling it up and then standing on it or stomping on it until all the juices flow out the end. I find that bit really satisfying to watch back on video. Also, cleaning the floor is fairly satisfying. You know, you've got to clean as you go. But yeah, cleaning the back of the rug is almost as important as cleaning the front. Of course, you're not going to see it, but cleaning the back not only dislodges and cleans all the soils from the back of the rug, it helps to push everything through into the front of the rug, so then you can sort of push it right out afterwards. A lot of people ask me, why don't you start with the back? And it's really because you've got to get the biggest amount of soil off the rug as soon as possible. It's no good just starting on the back, because you're just going to push it back from the front into the back, and then from the back into the front. It just pushes the soil backwards and forwards. Much better to get as much as you can off the top first, all the worst parts of the soil, and then come to the back, clean it, and then move back to the front, scrape off that the dirt that's been pushed back through to the front, and then at the end you can then potentially go to wash the back again if you think it's dirty enough. Again, this is another one of my favourite parts, is just watching all that dirt pour from underneath, and you spray with the pressure washer. And you can see there, as I flipped it over, it's quite dirty. Even though I pushed all that dirt out from underneath, there's still a lot of dirt on the surface there. And you can see it's really sort of, obviously cleaning the back has pushed it to the front. Now for a good old rinse down with a hose. Squeegee from the opposite angle. There's always one way you can't squeegee on a rug, or at least a couple of ways you can't squeegee, because the fibres sit in a certain direction. So if you try to squeegee against the grain, so to speak, it's really difficult, and it can rough up the rug quite badly. Hence why you don't ever see me really squeegeeing the opposite way. Sometimes I do the top right hand corner, just because it's a corner that just gets missed otherwise. Now, I have to say, this probably isn't one of the nicest looking rugs that I think I've ever cleaned. It looks fairly dirty as it is. Yeah, so this is one of the first times I used the blue shampoo, and often it is like, is it going to come out? Is it going to come out? I'm a little bit worried, but it's always all right. I just wouldn't use it so much on a woolen rug. Woolen rugs tend to soak in the colouring, and sometimes you can't wash it out depending on the rug. Sometimes woolen rugs are fine, other rugs it really soaks in that colouring, and it's very, very difficult to get it out again. So I'm a little bit wary to do it on wall rugs, hence why you don't see me pouring the blue on the woolen rugs. I'll sometimes just use the powder, the double clean powder, just to get it nice and clean. But the blue has got to be one of the most satisfying parts. I mean, there's loads of satisfying bits to these videos, but for some reason, the blue and washing that out is one of the most satisfying, especially when I use the water squeegee, which is yet to be named. Lots of suggestions for it. I don't actually use it on this rug because I didn't use it back then. I just squeegeed, but the water squeegee is amazing for getting the dirt out in general, and the blue. But yeah, we'll come back to trying to name the water squeegee another time. Now, I'll usually do a final clean at the end just to make sure that I get that nice white as snow foam. That's a good indication to say that there's no more dirt left in there. Also, I've got a white brush on the end here of the of Dirt Reynolds, which is a much tougher bristled brush, which really gets deep down into the fibres and cleans the rug. Another little rinse out from underneath to get any residual dirt that's collected under there. And now it's a case of just squeegeeing and squeegeeing until no more dirt comes out. And then again, another one of the really satisfying parts is removing that moisture to reveal the colours underneath. But in this case, not so much colour. But as you can see, this rug didn't turn out too bad once dried. Hope you enjoyed the video.